Hello, everybody. That is a super close-up of my mouth. Here, let's move so it's a little more normal. Hi. Welcome to Facebook Live, everybody. It is time to stamp. Yay. I'm so excited. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Dan. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I've got my stamping lips on, so everything's right in the world, right? All right, guys. I've got all kinds of stuff for today, so I hope you're excited. I am recovering from a super busy weekend. I had my friends Shelly and Kelly came to help me on Friday and Saturday, so that was really nice. I love them, and they have been so huge in helping me get my stamp room unpacked and my classroom stuff figured out and organized, and I'm very grateful for them. We also had the homecoming dance, so that was pretty exciting. We went and took pictures at this place by the hospital, and it was really pretty. So it was very fun to do that, and Ella was really nervous, which was really sweet. And she is doing really well, making new friends. She was very nervous about going because she didn't really know anybody, including her date, but they had a really good time, and he was very sweet, so that was nice. I was very happy to hear that. What else do I have to share with you? Oh, so this is really sweet too. So Carl went to his first football game, like by himself, and that was really cute. He was so excited to go, and he too has been making a bunch of new friends, so he's very excited. And when he asked me, I was like, oh my gosh, you want to go to the football game? Like the football game, like, when did you grow up? How did that happen? So we took him to the football game, and he had a really good time, so that was kind of sweet. And it was really funny because he said, well, Mom, 2 guys went in single and they left with girlfriends. I thought, oh my. So I guess the football game is where you find a date. That sounds a little scary or sketchy or something. I don't know. But anyway, it is very interesting in my world of teenagers. I have to say, I think this whole Carl being a teenager really snuck up on me because, you know, Ella's been a teenager for a few years, and I've been okay with that. She's been a good kid. She's eased me in, but now that he is a teenager, oh Lordy, it is scary. So, I'm trying to think of if anything else happened to tell you. There's gotta be more. I don't know. So, anyway, I hope you guys... Oh, look who's here. Sophie, come here. Can you say hi? Can you sit? Sit. Since my kids aren't here to say hi, my dog will. Say hi, Sophie. Say hi. Sit. Good girl. Oh, yes. Say hi to the ladies. Say hi. Are you a good girl? Actually, she's kind of on my list because she was not a good girl this morning. She ran off into the neighbor's yard, and I had to traverse pine cones and pine trees to get her back. Little stinker. So you say hi to the ladies. Say hi. Sophie, speak. Yeah. And that's about how much she barks. Oh, yes. Did you need some loves? You needed your loves. Yes, you did. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you guys are ready to stamp today because I've got 1, 2, 3, I think I have 4 projects for us to do. Yay. And I have lots of prizes. And by lots of prizes, I mean a lot of prizes because I've got both our prizes from the last 2 weeks of Facebook Live as well as prizes from my card contest that I had on my Stamping with the Creativity Cave page. If you haven't checked that out, it's over, so don't do it now. I mean, of course, you can still add a card, but I'm going to have a new contest as soon as I can get it up. I just need to make a little graphic for it. So we'll get a new contest up, and it's going to be fall themed. So I'm very excited about that. Also, tomorrow I have a holiday catalog open house. Normally, whenever a catalog launches, I have an open house at my house with samples and products so you can look at them and see them and make and take projects. So I have all kinds of things planned. It is, if you would like to be in it, just look for the holiday catalog open house Facebook group and I'll add you. I will say that it's for the US only because it is for customers to order. That is what I'm hoping for, because you know I'm working on getting to my 1,000,000. But I will have door prize drawings. I will have gifts with purchase. I will have awesome exclusive projects that I'm only going to show in that open house. So make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Also, of course, share this video. I always so appreciate when you share my videos. It helps me get the word out and get more and more people checking out the awesome community that we have here at the Creativity Cave. And no matter where you are from, I'm so excited that I'm stamping with you today because it is so much fun to be with you guys, and I look forward to this every week. In fact, it's kind of my highlight, especially since I moved because I don't know anybody here. And so I have to rely on my good Stampin' friends from far and wide because I don't have any Stampin' friends here yet. So I'm hoping to get going with that a little bit. I'm also hoping to find a local assistant. I've been working with my assistant Diane, but I really do still need somebody who's local. So I'm trying to figure that out. So if you know anybody who lives in this area, please let me know because I would love to have someone local to help me out. In fact, I met with my assistant Diane last week and I'm going to see her again this week because I'm going to Cedar Falls to have a downline meeting with my team. So I'm excited about that. All right, guys. Well, let's see. I'm going to flip the camera and we'll do some prizes for you. There we go. Okay. First I'm going to show you a few cards because I got some cards in the mail this week and I wanted to share those with you because they're pretty fun. Okay, so this one is really sweet. This is a congrats on your new home. And this one is from Joanne. And look, she included that. I think that's so cute. This is from the door stamp set, you know. So she used my favorite printed paper, which is the Garden Impression. So thank you so much, Joanne. I really appreciate it. And she decorated her envelope as well. So I thought that was fun. And she used like the best color ever, still mourning this, and that is Peekaboo Peach. I'm just not quite there yet with the Grapefruit Grove. It's just not quite the same. Okay, so here is a really pretty card, and this is from Heather. Heather was so sweet. She sent me this card. She said I talked about how I love my fall leaves, and I do. And so this was a card she had made for a swap and thought I would like it. And she was right. I do like it. So thank you so much, Heather. This uses the new stamp set that I believe I used this last week, didn't I? I'm pretty sure. What is this set called, though? Oh, something Falling for Leaves. I was going to say something about falling leaves. Falling for Leaves. In fact, I have it sitting right next to me because I'm actually working on a project with this. So I love this set. The framelits that come with it are really cool. And I like the sentiments too. So anyway, this was a really fun card to get in the mail. So thank you so much, Heather. All right, next. This is a thank you card that I received. Isn't this cute? This is from Brenda. I should have known it was from Brenda. She's so sweet. She's I love this paper. She sends me great cards, and I'm laughing because This paper, well, this paper's not Stampin' Up, but it goes so perfectly with the toucan stamp set. So that was just really sweet of her. And I love how she put the little adhesive back sequins on. Kind of my faves. So that was cute. And she had a really sweet note in here too. She's always so sweet. So thank you so much, Brenda. Another fun card. This one is from Melanie. And Melanie used, I think this is DSP from last year's catalog. So such a sweet card too. Thank you for sharing your talent and home with us. So that was really sweet. Thank you very much, Melanie. I really appreciate it. And by the way, can I just say, look at her her stamp. How cute is that? Like, where was I when those came out? I did not know about that. And then one final card. This is another sweet one. This is from Jenny. And actually, Jenny is on here. I know, because she was the first name I saw pop up. So Jenny sent me this sweet card. This is from a Christmas stamp set. Like, how clever is she to use that? This is from the, what is it called? Hearts Come Home stamp set. And it has coordinating framelits. But I thought this was brilliant to use that Christmas set for a new home card. So that was pretty cool. Very fun. All right, so we've got those. Next, I was a little behind in my Facebook Live giveaways. I didn't have them ready last week, but I have them ready this week. So I'm going to put my little claim your prize thing out here. So I've got two buffalo check background stamps, and they are going to go to... The first winner is Heather Osborne. So Heather, make sure that you message me or send me an email. I only want emails, people. Send me an email to my email address with your mailing address so I can send this to you. And likewise, Anna Gherkin, you also are a winner, so congratulations to both of you guys. Again, send me an email to claim your prize, and I will get these sent out to you. Next, I have two more prizes. One is the corrugated texture dynamic embossing folder, and that is going to go to Kathy Wenzel. So congratulations, Kathy. Again, claim your prize by sending an email to me, and I will send your gift out to you. So congratulations. And then finally, I have the stamp set All Good Things. And this is going to go, if I can open this up, to Colleen Hoffman. Congratulations, Colleen. So you get this stamp set. And please email me with your mailing address and I will get this all sent out to you. So I've given away 4 prizes today. Now again, if you want to be entered into this drawing, all that you need to do is share this video and you'll be entered, or place an order through my online store and you'll be entered. Don't forget to use the host code and I will share that at the end of our video. It's also all over my blog, so you can't miss it. All right, let me set those aside and I got to grab my next pile of prizes. Okay, so this is a little hodgepodge of stuff that I had set aside for this contest. I've got little gifts for all kinds of people, and I'm going to say the same rules hold true for this. If you are a winner, make sure you email me here to claim your prize, and then I will get it mailed out to you. I have like 5 winners. I said I would do 2 prizes, and if we had at least 50 people, 50 entries, I would give more prizes. And I kind of stopped counting after about like 70, but we had a ton of entries. So thank you guys so much. And wow, there were so many amazing cards. I was really impressed with the cards that you guys came up with. They were really awesome cards. So I did, one prize is for my favorite card out of everybody. And then the other 4 prizes, I drew names from the people who entered. So if you made a card, you got entered for each card that you made. So okay, so the first prize is going to get all of this stuff. I've got some glimmer dots, some clear or gold faceted gems and some washi tape. All of these goodies are going to go to Marie Hook. And I don't know you, Marie, so make sure you definitely email me. Marie had my favorite card. She used the set Abstract Impressions, and I think she said she was sending her card to somebody who was in the hospital, if I'm not mistaken, or someone who had broken their leg or had surgery on their foot or something like that. I can't recall the specific details, but Marie, I loved your card. Now, I'll post this on my Stamping in with the Creativity Cave page as well, but in case you're catching this live, I wanted you to know that you're a winner, so congratulations. Next up, another fantastic card was from Gail Schwartzgruber. I hope that's how you're saying your name, Gail. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I have for you some glimmer paper in a bunch of different colors, as well as some mini paper clips. So Gail, make sure that you message me with your email. Send me an email message to get this. Ooh, Marie's from Australia. That is not good, because you know what? I do not ship gifts to Australia. At least, well, this is all pretty late. Maybe I will this time, but I probably will have to say next time US only for gifts. We'll see. I'll send it. I'll send it. Hers was my favorite, but when you're sending overseas, it gets complicated and expensive, I might add. Okay, the next one is for Paula Wolf. She gets the Petal Burst embossing folder and a package of metallic doilies. And thank you so much, Paula. I think she had a couple of entries, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, a lot of people had more than one entry, so that was kind of fun. Next up, I've got a gift for Jenny Engelke. Jenny, you get some sequin metallics or metallic sequins and some coveted lemon lime twist ombre ribbon. This is like my favorite. This stuff is awesome. So I have you on here, so make sure you email me as a winner. And then our last winner is Stephanie Briggs. I'm pretty sure this was Briggs. I don't think I know another Stephanie. You get the Perfect White Accents and the Hexagon Dynamic Embossing Folder. And I think this might have gotten retired. I can't remember. But I had an extra one of it. Actually, I have an extra couple of them. So anyway, so Stephanie, again, make sure you email me. And I know it's Briggs, because I do actually know who she is. I'll write this on here. B-R-I-G-G-S. I know who Stephanie is. So anyway, make sure you email me to claim your prize, everybody. So congratulations to all of you. And if you have not checked out all of the cards that were posted, go back and look. I was like, ooh. In fact, I think it was Carrie Palazzo. Is that your name? I want to say. I don't have it in front of me, so it's hard to say. She made a really cool card that actually inspired one of the cards I'm going to make today. She used the Country Home. Wait, what is that set called? Country Home. Yeah, we're going to use that in a minute here. She used Country Home and the new embossing folder. That's the tin roof, whatever that is called. I'm so good at these names. I don't have them all down yet, so that's kind of bugging me. But anyway, so make sure you guys all message me so I can get you your gifts. I got to set these down so I don't lose track of them. So I will definitely have another contest, and I'm really excited to see your creations. So again, thank you guys so much for being a part of the Creativity Cave. I really am honored to have you with us each week. All right, I'm also going to put my website on here. I normally have it, but there we go. Okay, so today we're going to do several really awesome cards. The first one is from the set Country Home, and this is one of those sets that I think You know, I thought it would be kind of popular, but it has really taken off. Like, it's been very exciting to see the response to this one. And I think what I love about it too is there's a whole suite of products that goes with it. The tin tile dynamic folder. We're actually not using that on this card, but we're going to use it on another card today. This is the best. Oh my gosh. We have galvanized metallic paper. We've got a set of DSP we're going to use today. There's some braided linen trim, which is really nice. These chicken wire elements, galvanized clips, and then there's a bunch of different Stampin' Blends that are new in this catalog, so make sure you check those out. Okay, so we've got the stamp set, so let's get started on this. All right, so first of all, I've got the Country Home stamp set is awesome. I think I have not mounted my stamps for our card yet, so let me pull them off quick. So this set is You Are the Happy to My Day. I like that. This set is really a nice set for fall, and I think the other thing too is you can use these watering cans, or like, this is like an old milk jug, isn't it? That what this is? This one is like a milk jug, if I'm not mistaken. And you can use these on different, let's see here, on different, like you can put spring flowers in here, not just the fall and holiday-like flowers. These aren't really holiday flowers, but I think they kind of could be. This to me looks a little Christmassy if you just put some red into it. This is, I think, supposed to be a artichoke, right? Yeah, with some leaves. But I think like if you colored these little dots red, to me this looks like kind of a more contemporary spray that you would put for a centerpiece on a Thanksgiving table or a holiday table. So anyway, I love the set, and the sentiments are kind of fun in here too. Simply thankful for all good things, all the good things. That's kind of nice. Harvest blessings. So happy for someone like you in my life. So anyway, let me show you what we're going to do here. So I've got a card base that is crumb cake. So I'm going to fold that in half, and then I have some So Saffron cardstock that I cut, and then this is some of the printed paper, and I love this kind of wood grainy design on here with early espresso. Now we're going to stamp our jug, water pitcher, jug, whatever you call this. I never quite seem to have the right words for all of these things. I know. I think it's a part of being on a cream can. Thank you, Donna. I think it's part of being, whenever the camera is running, my brain power significantly is reduced. It's just part of being on camera, I believe. Okay. So I've got this kind of fallish spray, or whatever you would call this. I don't know. I think I need a bigger block for this one though. All right. Now we're going to use some Stampin' Blends to color these. So I want to stamp my images in Memento ink. Now I've die cut I think this is the largest oval from the Stitch Shapes framelits. That's probably one of my favorite sets. And I'm going to stamp the jug twice because we're going to do a little coloring, and I want to stamp it and pop it up. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it once on some scrap vanilla cardstock, and then another time on my little oval here. And then I want to stamp my spray over the top. And this is going to go over. So dang it, I want to get this. I knew I needed to get it down, but I didn't quite get it down far enough. Okay, so I really got that down there. Hopefully this is going to be enough. Oh, pretty close. Okay, and dang it, I knew that was going to happen. Hold on, I think I got another one of these. I did. I just grabbed another one. Why cut one when you can cut several? Do the Stampin' Up! Blocks have grooves on the sides for easy grip? Yes. And you know what? They are so awesome because if you have like a sharp edge, it really hurts your hands after a while. And I have found that I absolutely love having our blocks. There's something about them. Okay, now I'm going to take my little stamp pad here just to make sure I get a nice good impression. So I'm going to stamp that again once really low. How low can you go on your card? And then I'm inking this up super good. And then I'm stamping it down on here. Oh, so much better. Oh, the pressure's off. Whew. What do you do to keep your blocks so clean? They look new. Oh, they're not. Believe me. Here, like, can you see? They're not clean. So, if we look at this one, you will see there are scrapes and scratches on it. There is glue on it. There's all kinds of gook on it. They're not neat. I mean, I've got a lot of blocks, but man, they get abused. They're not new at all. Every once in a while, I have some new blocks that, like if maybe I haven't used one for some reason, it didn't get in the rotation and it looks brand spanking new, and I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty. But that's pretty few and far between. In fact, I was kind of like, this one looks pretty new, but there's still a smudge on here. So one thing I like to use is Mr. Clean erasers, those white erasers. Those are really good for getting off smudges, permanent ink that gets on them. Also, Goo Gone works for getting adhesive off, or rubbing alcohol. I think I saw someone say that. So they really do a great job for that. Someone said paper pumpkin blocks don't have that groove though, and that is true, and that's to keep the cost down, because otherwise they couldn't put as much fun stuff in your kit if there was one of these fancy blocks, because I don't know. Well, anyway, that's just to keep the cost down. Okay, so let's get back to our card here. We're going to also do, like I said, some coloring with our Stampin' Blends. So I want to use some, let's see, I'm getting my crumb cake out. Let's see, this is dark and this is light. Okay, good. And then I want, let's see, what were my other colors? Oh, I need a green. Oh, and I want my can to be gray. So we're going to use Smoky Slate, light and dark. Do I have two lights here? Probably. Nope. It's light and dark, Smoky Slate. Okay, perfect. And then I need my Old Olive, light and dark. And then I want some yellow in here, so I'm going to, I've got Pineapple Punch, but maybe we'll use Daffodil. We'll see what we get. And then maybe a little bit of Cajun Craze. I'm digging my Cajun. Okay, so those are some good fall colors, I think, here. Okay, so first I'm going to start in on that can. And whenever I color, I like to typically go from dark to light. So I'm going to put my darker color on here. And wherever there's kind of some shading, now this is sort of shading, it's sort of like patinaed. It's, I don't know what you would call this. Okay, so I've got my color going down the side. And I'm trying to kind of make this curved so it's, you know, kind of natural. All right, and then we're going to come in with the light marker. I'm going to use the brush end, and we'll go over that area a little bit. Okay, and notice I actually left a little blank spot in the very center there. All right, then I'm going to come back with my color lifter. I'm going to kind of go around with my color lifter and sort of, ooh, I'm liking the look of this. I'm kind of almost dabbing it a little so that it kind of gives us the illusion of a little more texture in here. And I'm digging. This looks good. I like it. Now I can also come back with my darkest color and kind of just really highlight that bottom edge. Just add a little bit more extra dark color in here, like so. Okay, and now that I did all of that amazing coloring on here, I realized I should have done it on here. So let's try that one more time, just in case you missed it. We're gonna do it again. All right, I've got my dark smoky slate. I'm gonna color all over the dark spots. I seriously can't believe I did that. And I was even thinking to myself, don't do that, Dina. Oh well. Now, one thing that happens whenever you color with several colors, so like I did light, I did dark, and I did my color lifter, is I want to be careful to not get too close up to the edge in my coloring. And the reason is because it will bleed a little bit. And so let me show you this. I'll try not to make that same mistake. It has bled over the line just a touch. So I don't want that to happen again. Okay, so this time I'm going to go around. Let's make sure this is light. I think it is, yes. I'm going to go around and I'm really going to kind of try and stay away from that edge. Okay, and you can see I left the center. And then I want to go up. There we go. So I still have my white center, and then I'm going to go in with my color lifter, get some of that texture in there. I think I did pretty good this time. And I'm trying to keep the ink concentration to a little more to the center of this can, and I think I did pretty good. I don't have any bleeding lines, so that makes me happy. But there's my can. Doesn't that look awesome? So cute. Okay. Next, let's come back to this one. We'll cut this out in a minute and pop it up. Next, let's do a little bit of coloring. So I want to do my leaves first because I think that is easy. Again, I'm going to start with my darkest color, and I'm just going to put a little kind of blob on the center of each of these leaves, and then we'll color the rest with our lighter color. Sometimes some of the trick is just making sure you catch all the leaves. And let's see, I think I've got that one. Is there any more? I think we're good. Okay, we'll come back in with the light color. So this is Old Olive, light and dark. I have to say I love coloring with blends. It's so relaxing, but also the vibrant colors that you get are just amazing. You feel like kind of a professional colorist whenever you do these. I don't know what this thing is, but we're going to color it green. Maybe a little down here. We could even kind of do this, although these cotton things probably aren't really green. They're probably brown stems, but oh well. One of the other things I like about green is it's a good fill-in color to kind of bring everything together. Okay. Now I'm also going to do, now this is cotton, which really is white, but let's see. We can color in some of this cotton with just a light. This is pumpkin, or no, oh my gosh, here I am. It's pineapple and I said pumpkin. Can you, like, seriously, can you guys believe me? It's light pineapple punch. It's a nice soft yellow, and I chose that because it's going to go nicely with my background color here that I used in my card, my little layer of cardstock. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I've got, let's see, I want to stamp, or I want to color this brown in. There we go. This is the color I want. I don't know what these things are, but I know they're brown. Does anybody know what these things are? You see them in fall bouquets and whatnot. They're dried. I'm sure they have a name, but I sure don't know what they are. Okay, I was kind of trying to go all around them, but then I sort of just wised up and forgot. Given up on that one. Okay. There we go. And then, oh, my Cajun craze. We got to use that. This is the epitome of fall colors. So I want my dark color first. I'm going to go kind of dark in the center, and then I'll go dark on these little balls. We'll finish the rest with the lighter color. So I'm just adding a little bit of dark, and then we'll get in with some lighter. Oh, I love to color. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is, where's my color lifter? Here we go. I'm going to kind of go over this a little bit. Kind of get some extra color there. Okay, I'm liking this. Looks pretty good. Now, oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go over my, not pumpkin, but pineapple punch with my color lifter to just kind of make that a little bit more subtle. There we go. I think that's good. All right, now let's cut out this beautiful jug. Isn't it pretty? I really like it. Okay. So I'm just leaving a little bit of white space around my jug as I cut it out. And then we're going to pop it right up on top. Now if I was really anal about this, I could cut the inside of this out. But I'm thinking we can get by without doing that. What do you guys think? I totally think we should. Oh, and cover, I'm getting scolded. All right, Melanie, I will cover my ink. Where's my cover? Here it is. There we go. And I did do my spout. It's just, this one we're covering up, so it doesn't matter. The second one that I cut out has a colored spout, so don't worry. I love that you guys get anxious when my ink pads are open. That's very cute. Okay, so there we go. Now I want to make this kind of a little fancy. So I'm going to take some of my, what is this stuff called? Shimmer paint, right? That's what it's called. Shimmer paint. Okay, so I've got a little bit. I think the best way to use it is in the lid. And I'm going to pick some up. I'm going to try my blender pen. I haven't actually tried this yet. We'll see what this does. So I kind of want to just add some shimmer in here and be very specific about where I put it. So I'm kind of putting them on these dried thingies. I'm going to put it on my whatever that flower is in the little balls. And then we'll even put some on here. Now the nice thing is when you use this shimmer paint over our Stampin' Blends, they don't bleed, so that's nice. So like I'm not going to pick up color from anywhere I don't want. I can also get a little shimmer paint kind of on here. I thought about doing copper, but then I was worried it would be too dark, and I was worried it would also kind of it would be too opaque, and then you wouldn't see the color behind. I knew that my champagne would work great. Does the shimmer paint clean off of the blender? Yeah, I think so, but yeah, it looks to be gone. There's still a little shimmer left. Might take a while to get off. But you know what? I don't think that's really going to bother me one bit. So I think it's okay. Does it give the same effect as Wink of Stella? Sort of, it does, but you can use it in a lot of different ways. You can get it, like last week, we put some in, let's see, I've got it in here somewhere. We put some in a spritz bottle, and then we spritzed it onto a card at the end, and then it kind of gave a covering over almost like the whole thing. And then another thing you can do is you can actually put it, I like to use it on a sponge, where you sponge it onto a stamp before you stamp it down, and then it gets like on the image itself. So you can do it in different ways, which is kind of what's fun about it, I think. Okay, now we're going to put this on our card, and I also want to add to this something. I kind of had in my head something else, but now I don't like that. So we're gonna put a little bow on here. I don't want it to be too big and bulky, so that's why I'm going with this thin 1/8 inch olive ribbon, because this is kind of perfect. So we can add the bow on here someplace. So kind of fun. Now the shimmer paint does come in a bunch of different colors. So we've got a copper one, we've got gold, we've got frost white, and then we've got champagne. The champagne, which is what I just used, it's kind of got, to me, it's almost like the clear Wink of Stella. It's pretty neutral as far as which color metallic it is. The copper, as you can see, is coppery, and then the gold is very gold. So they really do look a little different depending on which ones you get. Okay, so I've got that on my card here. And then, you know what I really want, but I don't have cut right now, is I want a scallop behind. Let's see. Do I have my ovals out? Oh, look at this. I do have my ovals out. How convenient. Now, what color should we do? I was thinking old olive, but maybe we should do this color. So let me quick cut these, and then we'll see. Bear with me 1 second. Originally, I was going to add a different ribbon to it, but then I changed my mind after I colored it. Yeah, I kind of like that. That looks good. Okay. So, let me get rid of these so they're out of our way. And I just die cut in a coordinating oval so I can put this all together. Now, what you might have seen what I did is I just took this layer and die cut it. And I don't, people often ask me about that. And maybe back in the day I was too cheap to cut a separate piece, but really it's a convenience factor. I've already cut this piece, so why not just cut that layer out? You know, it's completely covering, so it's no big deal. If you were doing it on white cardstock and it was a dark layer underneath, sometimes you can see that a little bit, but usually you have to have a light card base also. I just think it kind of looks nice, or not that it looks nice, it's just kind of easy to do, because sometimes you don't have a scrap that size, you know, so that's why I do that. So it's really, it's just a convenience factor. It's one less piece to specifically cut to size, I guess. All right, so I'm going to pop this layer up onto my card. I always think that looks so professional. I thought about embossing this with the tin tile embossing folder or whatever that thing's called, but there was so little that you would see, and then I kind of thought with the wood grain already on here, that's probably plenty of design. You don't want your eye to like go into a seizure like the Japanese anime based on how much design you have on your card. Okay, so I've got that layered up. Oh, this is so pretty, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So I love the look of this. And then we'll go on in here. Okay, now for the inside of my card, I have kind of a fun idea. I grab a vanilla layer to put in here. And where's my stamp cleaner? Here we go. I gotta clean my stamp off quick, because what I was thinking I would do is stamp this in crumb cake ink and then stamp my sentiment over the top so that it was really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp my, and actually I think I want to stamp this off. Grab some scrap paper. Okay, let's stamp that off. Stamp it on here so it's nice and light, because again, we want the focus to be the sentiment, not the watering can. You are the happy to my day. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I think that looks good. Now I could also color in with my spritz if I wanted. Here's my, gosh, my glue is just right there in front of my hand. It's practically touching it. But that's just a simple inside to my card. So pretty. This did turn out pretty good. So I can't remember who asked for a country home. There might have been more than one of you. So there you go. I like this card. Very, very simple, but I do like how it looks. Okay, next we've got another simple card, but it's like simple fancy. This was, well, this was kind of simple. This was simple pretty. Well, I don't know. I'll stop talking. Sometimes it just doesn't help. By the way, we're gonna make a really cool card with this on at my open house. That'll be one of our make and take projects. All right, so our next card is really pretty too. I've got a bunch of layers for this one. We're going to start with an 8 by 5 1/4 inch piece of cardstock. That's actually going to create our card. And the reason it's trimmed is so that when we open it up, we can write in it, because the back is going to be the very, very dark Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so I'm actually going to adhere that right to my Blackberry Bliss layer. Okay, now this card uses one of the new sets in the holiday catalog too. And I have to tell you, this is funny. I was not going to get this stamp set. And then I did a card swap with a bunch of demonstrator friends of mine, and one of the cards I got changed my mind. So that happens to me too. So anyway, I've got my Very Vanilla attached. Robbie, I see your name on there. We're using vanilla again this week. Okay, so then I've got 2 layers. I've got a Blackberry Bliss and a Rich Razzleberry layer that's just a little smaller, and they're gonna go on here. I'm gonna take this Blackberry layer and stamp it with this design. Now this set is called Flourish Filigree. And what I like about it is it does have a nice Christmas sentiment in here, but it's also got a thankful sentiment. This is so neutral. You could do this in just about any color combination. This would be gorgeous. Heat embossed with like a metallic powder. That would be so pretty. I think actually this would make really a beautiful wedding invitation design. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this. So that's kind of fun about that stamp set. So let me grab, I'm trying to think, I thought I'd pulled my ink pad out. Yep, I did. Here, we're going to take our blackberry and stamp this right on blackberry on blackberry. Okay, and I'm just kind of centering my stamp right to left, top to bottom. On here, oh, there we go. And look at that beautiful design. Isn't that pretty? It's so easy. And the stamps wonderfully, which, oh, actually I need this for the next thing too. I love that it's so easy to stamp. Okay, next I'm going to stamp the sentiment, sending thankful thoughts, which is a great sentiment. And I'm going to punch it out with my tailored tag. Punch. Can you guys hear my dinging? My friends are messaging. We have a little group chat going on and they're messaging each other, and so my phone is dinging, dinging. Okay, now this is beautiful. So I'm going to take and I'm going to spritz this with my spray from last week since someone asked about it. So you guys can see what this looks like. Ooh, I just shook the cap right off. All right, so I put in here rubbing alcohol and my copper shimmer paint. What is this called? Bright copper. I knew it wasn't just copper. Okay, so I'm going to spritz on here, so I'm kind of getting some stuff out of the way. Holding this about 12 inches or so. Okay, so I get some gorgeous shimmer on here. Can you guys see that? I always can't tell if you can tell. There. Oh, look at how pretty that is. So gorgeous. Okay, so that's copper on there. And you can see that it's copper, which is kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to use... I've got Fast Fuse handy, but Snail does the job for this as well. I'm going to take some copper metallic thread, and we're going to wrap that around here several times, like so. Now, I'll show you my original. I did not do the spritz on here, and you can tell me which one you like best. So I wrapped this around 4 or 5 times. Trim that off. So I just have kind of this fine little metallic accent. Get rid of this. And then I'm going to pop up my little sentiment here that I punched out right over the top. And you know what? I don't want it to kind of collapse on either side, so we're going to go all in on our dimensionals. Lots and lots of them. Okay. So now I'm just kind of lining the points up with the points of my design, like so, and oh, so pretty. Okay, now let's really make it sing. We're going to attach it to our card base. Ooh, I just got ink on my fingers. My fingers kind of blend in. Blackberry Bliss is probably the color of my nails. My husband keeps saying, yeah, they're black. My son's like, yeah, Mom, your nails are black. I'm like, no, they're dark, dark plum. It is so lost on boys. Okay, so I'll flip this over and attach this here like so. Okay, so there is our card. So pretty. Again, I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, you can see the shimmer. That shimmer is kind of nice. Okay, so here's my sample without the shimmer. You see the design maybe a little better. So which one do you guys like? I kind of like the shimmer. It's pretty. So you have to tell me which one you prefer. But they're both kind of fun. Now I'm like standing up so I can see the shimmer, and look, I can't stop. It's so pretty. Oh, Diana asked, where are my kids? My kids are at practice. Ella, actually, the reason I was just like a minute or so late getting on is Ella was asking me questions and telling me her schedule, and then she was running off to practice. And then Carl is at practice, and then he rides the activity bus home, so I don't have to pick him up. It's kind of like the best thing ever. So I'm totally digging the activity bus. We did not have that where I used to live, so I'm very happy about it. Okay, next up, I have a Christmas card. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so not ready for Christmas. I'm not even ready for fall, but yet here we are. I'm making a Christmas card because I love you all so very much. Okay, so our Christmas card is a really pretty card. It's very simple. And the highlight is definitely the metallics. So we're going to use some gray granite. And by the way, loud and clear, you're all saying shimmer. Love it. So I'm glad that you like that. Definitely make up yourself a spritzer. So I used rubbing alcohol in this. I don't know if I said that before. So rubbing alcohol and then shimmer paint. And you can kind of, I don't know, I put like maybe the size of 2 peas or a pea and a half's worth of shimmer paint in here, and it was filled probably just about all the way up with rubbing alcohol. And by the way, I would recommend using the 70% rubbing alcohol, not the 90. That's a little hardcore, so you just need 70. Okay, back to my card. So one of the papers, well, first of all, we're going to use I guess this is probably about my favorite Christmas set in the catalog, the Dashing Deer stamp set. So pretty. There's these 2 deer are just awesome. I think this would be great for man cards. Then there's the fancy deer, and then, some borders, some great sentiments. And then, of course, the coordinating framelits are beautiful. They're not all in here, by the way. There's more than what I just flashed. Because one of them is one we're using today. So I've also paired that with some of our new printed paper, and let me show you the printed paper in here. It looks nice in the catalog, but it is stunning in real life. So this is the Joyous Noel printed paper, and these each have kind of a coppery foil accent on them. So we're going to use this piece, which is kind of the gray granite and copper. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I really can't even tell you how much I like it. Someone's asking how much the shimmer paint is, and the answer to that question is, I'm not sure, but I want to say like $6 or $7 a bottle. And that bottle will last you for all eternity. Unless you are doing like a billion cards, you should be good. Okay, so I've cut my piece of printed paper, and then I'm going to layer it on a piece of gray granite cardstock. And the main reason I do that is just to kind of give it a little bit more sturdy base, because we're going to wrap just a length of ribbon on here, and I just want it to be a little sturdier. I think it looks nicer, like it makes a nicer looking card, I guess. I'm going to take our coordinating gray granite ribbon. Now this is in the annual catalog, and it's that texture weave stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I used some of this on something recently. Oh, maybe that was one of my online classes. Sorry. All right. So I've got this wrapped around on here, and this just is kind of, I don't know, it just adds a nice touch. So I'll use some glue dots to hold these in, like so. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh, like, can you appreciate this? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to stick this on here. Sometimes I wonder, when I look through the camera, I can't always see if the shimmer is showing. That's why I sort of like looked at it for forever, because my angle is weird and my lights on my new workspace are really bright. They're different from before, so it's hard to tell that. And I think my old eyes are not helping, but we won't talk about that now because I'm in denial. Okay, so there we go. Ooh, $8. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. Alrighty. Elizabeth, that sounded funny. It's Beth, right? She goes by Beth. Now I die cut the largest stitched shape circle also out of my gray granite cardstock, and I'm going to pop that up right here on top. And then we're going to add a copper deer, because it's just so pretty. Now I found when I put my copper deer through the Big Shot, my best results were when I had some, I did not use my precision plate, but I did put a layer of not parchment, wax paper between my foil and my die. And that seemed to help, because these fancy antlers kind of want to stay stuck in the die, and then this way they didn't get stuck in there. So that was nice. All right, I'm also going to pop this one up as well. So I've got, just kind of trying to finish off this layer of dimensionals. We'll stick a little edge piece on its neck here. And we'll pop this up. This card is really simple, but it's kind of got that wow factor because of the copper in it. So we'll have him kind of jumping up. And then last but not least, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which says, from the stamp set, which is Happiest Christmas Wishes. And I'm going to stamp that in my gray granite ink. You can also add an, I call them innies, an inside sentiment if you would like. Okay, now this little piece is just leftovers from trimming my white cardstock layers to 4 by 5 1/4, which we do, of course, quite a bit. I'm just reaching for my triple banner punch so that I can punch the end, because you know I always do that. There we go. I shouldn't say always, but a lot of the time I like to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this kind of, or position this kind of part way over my reindeer. And I'm just going to trim the end of that off. And then we'll just sort of stick that on like so. I kind of like his tail sticking out a little bit. All right, so Happiest Christmas Wishes. Isn't that just beautiful? That's it. It's a really simple card. So cute. Oh, I love the copper though. So pretty. Okay. Next. Okay, so let me set that over here. That's 3 cards. Not bad, huh? Our next card is kind of I really like it a lot. Okay, this card features the stamp set Wishing You Well. This is another one of those stamp sets where I was like, yeah, that's nice, but I don't really need it. Oh my gosh, I totally got this one too. And it was based on swap cards. Okay, so it is really a beautiful stamp set. And it's, I think it might be one of those distinctive stamp sets because it stamps really cool. This bow stamps amazing. Now I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper to start with and stamp my little wreath. Now this time I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz. Oh my gosh. And then I want some Night of Navy. Okay, so this is so pretty. Now, one of my team members, I think it was Diana, who she was on here, at least she was earlier. She brought this to our attention. on our team Facebook page about if you take the bow and stamp it and then color it with Clear Wink of Stella, it's pretty awesome. She was right. It is very awesome. So we're going to do that. So there's my bow. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you is that this coordinates with the 2.5-inch circle punch. Now that's retired, but I know lots of you who've been around quite a while, have one of those. Now, if you don't, one of the layering circles cuts this out wonderfully as well. I personally love that stupid 2.5-inch circle punch, so I keep it handy, and I use it even though I shouldn't, because it is retired. Oops, that's my 2 1/4. Now I gotta figure out what I did with it. I just made this card, so my punch could not possibly have gotten too far away. And yet, I can't find it. My super neat table is, of course, super messy now. Oh, I just had it right here close by, so I could use it for our live today. Okay, so when you look at this, it punches so nice. But there is a layering circle framelit that will cut that out really nicely as well. So if you don't have this punch, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to take my shimmer paint and I'm going to color that beautiful bow in. And I'm kind of going, I wanted to do kind of the dark area first and then the light. It does blend just a touch, but isn't this cool? So then when you look, it's so pretty. I love that you can see the layers. So it's like it's a bow tied with like organdy ribbon, and then you can see enough to see like the thickness of the double bow, which is kind of cool, especially because I'm not very good at tying them. Also because you can make this bow whatever color you want. So that's nice. Also, Shelly, if you're on here, I know this weekend I said it punched out with the bow on the candy cane punch. Yeah, I was totally wrong about that. Sorry. I was all excited thinking that you could punch this bow out with a candy cane punch. There is a bow on there, but it is not this one. So that was kind of a letdown. But this is pretty easy to cut out. And, you know, we've really gotten spoiled with our punches and our framelits. We hardly cut anything out anymore. So sometimes it's not so bad to cut things out. I know if you're making a bunch of cards, you wouldn't want to do this. But when you're just talking with your Facebook Live friends, it's okay. All right. So there we go. So pretty, this bow. All right. So here's my wreath, which in and of itself is quite nice. And you can kind of do whatever you want with this. But let me show you what we're going to do. First of all, I'm going to pop the bow up onto my card with a mini dimensional, because that's kind of a little narrow spot under that bow knot. So we'll just pop this up onto our wreath like so. We're going to set that aside and we're going to come back to it. Now I think there's lots of different things that you can do with this. But what I kind of got a kick out of was taking 3 strips of paper and then layering them onto a piece of Very Vanilla. I cut these, let's see here. They are 3.5 by 1.5 inches. So 3 strips each, 3.5 by 1.5. And I'm going to put them onto my cardstock. Now, here's where you definitely want to use either snail or fast fuse, because if you use glue, when you do the embossing that we're going to do over this, you can sometimes get oozing of the glue. You do not want that, trust me. So I'm just going to butt these pieces right up against one another, and I'm having trouble doing that. Here we go. Onto this piece of Very Vanilla, which is just a little larger, and I think we need to trim just a skosh off the bottom so that it fits. So I'll do that quick. Okay, there we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take and emboss this with my cool tin embossing folder, okay? So hold on a sec as I run this through. All right. Okay, are you guys ready? Because this is pretty awesome. Oh, look at how cool that is. Oh my gosh, I love this. So it really looks awesome on here. Now, because we've been doing some shimmering up, why don't we try some shimmer on here too? I'm thinking that our little antique color, is this dirty? Yes, it is. Hold on. Let me find a clean sponge, because believe me, you want clean. Oh, good. Here's the rest of that sponge. So I'm going to take my sponge. I always cut my sponges into 6 pieces. So I'm just going to take a little bit. I always shake this up, and then I'm going to dab the end of this into the lid. And the reason, and I'm even kind of scraping some of it off, you don't want, like a little, like I said, a little of this goes a long way. Now this, I can just kind of brush across, and it sort of picks up on the high spots of our embossing, okay? So how cool is that? Oh my gosh. Like seriously. So it just sort of picks up. You really see it on the navy. I don't see it quite as much on the rest through the camera, but like in person, you can totally see it. It looks like this all over the whole thing. The camera doesn't pick it up quite as well. Okay. So anyway, here you go. So pretty. But that design is just gorgeous. I can't even tell you how much I love this embossing folder. It is like the most awesome thing. If there is one thing in this whole catalog that you get, it's got to be this folder because it's so cool. Okay. Now, to finish my card off, it's really simple. The set has several sentiments in it. There is a sending you our thoughts and prayers, which is great. That is a good sentiment to have. Wishing you well, just a note, and then season's greetings. And I love the font. It's so pretty and delicate and cool writing. I wish my handwriting was this cool. So anyway, but I'm just going to take wishing you well and stamp that on here. And then we're going to glue this to our card. So I've got just a basic crumb cake card base. And then let's see, we'll do the navy on the top. And then I'm doing it just a little higher than center because I trimmed off that excess piece. It fits on here, so there's just a little room at the bottom so that I can stamp my sentiment. I'm going to do that in Night of Navy, as I said. I'll kind of tie everything together, and then we'll just add our bow on the top, but we're going to embellish it a little. Wishing you well. So pretty. Okay. Now on this one, I'm going to take, let's see, here we go, my metallic pearls. And we're going to add some pearls to this. Okay. Now here is the perfect opportunity to use my little nose picking tool. You guys know I love this. So I'm going to take and pop this up on my card. First of all, I guess I should have done that before. I was getting all excited about using my nose picker tool. I mean, these are the exciting parts of stamping, right? I just like, it's called pick a tool or something. Oh, look, it's a sad face. It's sad because it doesn't get to see the pretty side. It should be happy because it gets to look at that cool embossing. It'll be face down in my tin embossing. Woohoo! Do you guys ever see things like that? I mean, it's just sad. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put that on there like so. And then I'm going to, sorry about that. I'm going to add some of my metallic pearls on here. So I'm just picking these up and placing them on my wreath. I love this tool. It's just so handy. It scrapes that adhesive right with the pearl, and it makes it so much easier to get onto your cards. Okay, now in my original sample, I put a couple pearls on the background. Well, maybe I'll still do that. I've got one under here. I got to get this one off. I wasn't sure if it would be too much because it wasn't on, I didn't have the sparkle on the background like I do on this one. Okay, we'll just do one more up here. All right, so there is our card. What do you guys think? Do you like? So pretty. The shimmer is awesome. All right, so let me bring my 4 cards out for you. So I've got my wreath. Got to move my stamps out of the way. I've got my wreath. I've got my deer. I've got my filigree and my country home bucket. Awesome. All right, so there we go. All right, I'm going to write out some info for you. So first of all, don't forget to get entered into the drawing for free stamps. For free stamps. Share the video. And you can do that on Facebook or YouTube, and then also order with the host code VFADZQ6U. Okay, now this week, all orders of $50 or more will get free galvanized buttons. And you know what? I meant to use those on a card, but then we kind of got shimmer painting, and so we didn't do that. But I've got my galvanized buttons right here. They're so cool. They have just a little bit of a curve to them, but they're still pretty flat, which I love. But they feel just awesome. Super pretty. Okay, so you will get a free package of galvanized buttons with your $50 purchase. Like I said, please use the host code here. Okay, also, my holiday catalog open house is tomorrow. And it's all day, but I'm going to have a Facebook Live kind of in the morning time, like I think I have it 10 a.m. and then also in the evening time tomorrow. Holiday catalog, CATALOG. And there'll be different projects. Make sure you join the Facebook group for that. And then I'm going to have some online classes coming out. Rooted in Nature comes out later this month, and it will be in my newsletter that'll come out probably tomorrow. Rooted in Nature online class. And also I've got, in early October will be the first frost, FIRST. Okay. And that will also be in my newsletter to sign up. And then product shares, last call for the holiday catalog. Okay, so there are all of the details. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. You don't understand how my holiday open house works. So it's in a closed Facebook group. So you have to request to be a part of it, Joy. And it is like you're attending an open house at my house, except it will be virtual because you obviously can't come to my house tomorrow. And it will have demonstrations, make and takes. There will be specials for ordering, and there will be all kinds of things posted, all of door prizes. So check that out. Again, there's a special Facebook group for this, so make sure you're a part of it. Check out all of the fun stuff that's going on in there. Catherine is asking, are these upcoming classes all your designs or one of your collaborative classes? They are collaborative classes. Where do we request to sign up? Look for the Holiday Catalog Open House Facebook group. Joy, are you talking about in my holiday open house? I think they'll be live. There's 2 different times that I'm going to go live. So once during the day and then once in the evening. And the holiday, just look for Holiday Catalog Open House. I think it's like with the Creativity Cave. I posted a thing on my Facebook group, the Facebook page you're on right now to watch this. So it might be there. So yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff going on. And if you have any questions, just post either on my Facebook page here or in the comments of the video, and I'll try and catch them. If you tag me, it helps because then I know to answer them. But otherwise, we'll see you next week, guys, or we'll see you tomorrow at my open house. Have a great evening, guys. Bye.